You can have a job, or you can have a career, or you can have a calling. And if you can somehow figure out how to have a calling, you have hit the jackpot, because that's the big deal.
10 secrets the ultra-rich used to stay invisible. Have you ever wondered how millionaires manage to keep their identities out of the public eye while simultaneously purchasing houses, flying across the globe, and making enormous donations? In this video, I will discuss 10 proven privacy strategies that the ultra-wealthy use to remain undetected. This is not legal advice. Rather, it is only an educational piece on how privacy truly works at the highest levels. 1. They centralize privacy through family offices. An in-house organization that handles investments, estates, security, and public relations is known as a family office. At substantial wealth levels, a family office manages privacy as a system rather than a setting. These organizations are seeing tremendous growth on a worldwide scale and are now responsible for trillions of dollars. This type of office has grown more organized and professional, as shown by a study conducted by UBS in 2024 among 320 single-family offices, with an average family net worth of $2.6 billion. The more consolidation there is between banks, brokers, and buyers, the fewer public crumbs they leave behind. 2. They buy assets via layers of entities, but adapt to new rules. Your personal name will never appear in public records if you keep real estate, automobiles, yachts, and even art in limited liability companies, trusts, or foundations. This is the classic method of privacy. But there were new regulations. A large number of businesses were required to secretly reveal their real owners to FinCEN, in accordance with the Corporate Transparency Act, which started phasing in beneficial owner reporting in the United States in 2024. The timelines for this disclosure varied depending on the date of incorporation and litigation-driven updates received. It is more difficult to maintain anonymity via the use of basic shells. Compliance is important. 3. They employed jurisdiction arbitrage for property ownership. Foreign owners may conceal themselves from view by purchasing property via offshore firms. Amendments in 2024 and 2025 strengthened the system, which came into effect in 2022. According to the United Kingdom, foreign organizations that possess property in the UK are now required to register their beneficial owners with Companies House. Even if enforcement is not flawless, there is an increase in openness, and loopholes, such as certain trust arrangements, are being put under pressure. 4. They hide travel footprints with private aviation privacy programs. 2 programs in the United States of America, LADD, which stands for Limiting Aircraft Data Displayed, requests that data suppliers reduce the visibility of a tail number in public feeds. The Privacy ICAO address, PIA, is responsible for issuing different temporary transponder codes. This is done to prevent hobbyist receivers and some platforms from simply linking a flight to a registered owner. Neither one is error-free, but both of them cut down on casual tracking. To get to the point, the ultra-wealthy do not depend on a single tail number and hope for the best. Rather, they use the privacy passageways provided by the FAA to make monitoring more difficult. 5. They channel philanthropy via donor-advised funds, DAFs. Many significant donations do not come from famous billionaire Inc. Donors are able to donate assets, receive an instant deduction, and suggest grants over time via a DAF, which is often done in an anonymous manner. Although private foundations are more public, donors have greater control over them. Big banks and charitable organizations offer donor-advised funds, DAFs, which are less complicated and public. Because anonymity is so prevalent, charitable organizations even explored ways to cut down on anonymous donations to the DAF in the years 2024 and 2025. 6. They park movable riches in free ports and bonded storage. Free ports, located in major cities like Luxembourg, Geneva, and Singapore, are highly secure warehouses under customs control. These free ports are able to accommodate art, wine, watches, and rare artifacts. The owners get professional storage, the ability to trade without restrictions, and a high level of discretion. Products may be traded inside the facility without any public import or export events taking place. Although it is not complete secrecy and the laws are subject to change, it is a preferred layer of privacy for movable prize assets. 7. They practice address hygiene legally. Your privacy is more secure when there are fewer recorded instances of your actual address. For the purpose of filing business documents, affluent individuals make use of registered agents, specialized office addresses, and mail handling services. The United States offers address confidentiality programs to certain at-risk populations. These programs enable a replacement legal address to be used across public documents, which is evidence that address masking is a mainstream policy in certain circumstances. The same principle applies to VIPs, who are not eligible for ACP. Personal dwellings should not be included in ordinary files. 8. These measures reduce the amount of paperwork required by the trades. At the point of origin, discretion begins. Transactions conducted off-market via reputable brokers reduce listing footprints. Private arbitration provisions and strict non-disclosure agreements prevent disputes from reaching public courts. Escrow and professional intermediaries act as intermediates, standing between personal names and counterparties. Enterprise-grade password keys and domain privacy for online sites limit data fragmentation. The cadence is coordinated by family offices, which include who signs, who pays, and where the document is registered. UBS and other mainstream sources closely monitor the growth and potential risks associated with family offices. The public relations, security, and legal departments are all aligned to manage what is brought to light. 9. They align PR, security, and legal to control what surfaces. When it comes to protecting their privacy, the ultra-wealthy go well beyond just concealing their identities on papers. They use a comprehensive security approach. Every aspect is under the watchful eye of dedicated security teams, who do everything from preventing employees and family members from sharing real-time whereabouts to devising routines that prevent their predictable behavior. Crisis public relations specialists intervene anytime there is a risk of exposure. They do this by using comments that have been carefully drafted or selective disclosures to prevent doxing efforts or harmful viral stories from spiraling out of control. Concurrently, 10. They constantly update the stack as rules change. What was successful for you 5 years ago can backfire on you now. In 2024, for instance, the transparency of U.S. entities increased, which resulted in a change in the manner in which shells are used. Continuing litigation caused uncertainty around time, although compliance obligations continue to be met. The transparency of property in the United Kingdom continues to improve. There are still enforcement loopholes, but the overall trend is unmistakably toward more disclosure of the actual owners. Despite the fact that LADD and PIA are helpful, third-party receivers continue to pick up ADS-B signals, which means that flight privacy is layered rather than total. As their numbers and influence continue to grow, family offices themselves are coming under more scrutiny from the media and regulatory agencies. Like, share, and subscribe for more.